Welcome to Inspire RVA Metro. So, if y'all saw that last video about quantum leap, and she broke down the science behind the real deal, but I want to show y'all what it looks like when the concept becomes real life. So, now, if you ever heard people talk about a quantum leap and thought it sounded like complicated, mystical, weird, it's really not. It's simply a moment where you shift so deeply in the inside that your outer life has no exception as to following behind it. So I want to show you guys or tell you guys what and how that actually happened to me. So I just realized you guys couldn't hear me. What a quantum leap is, that's what we're going to talk about first. So, in science, a quantum leap is when something like an electron jumps from one level to another instantly. It doesn't climb or crawl, it jumps. But in mindset and in spiritual terms, a quantum leap is when you shift energy levels, when you stop acting like your old self and start living like the version that you already knows exists in the future. So you're not waiting on a miracle, you become the miracle. So how this actually happened to me? So let me tell you what happened. I started reading this book called The Secret. And The Secret was basically about the law of attraction. And I started to try to implement some of those things in my life. Like it was giving like manifestation vibes, like say this and it will come to pass. And I was like, well, let's give it a try. Okay. So actually what's funny is my dad had been trying to tell me that I was getting kind of fat for a long time, but I didn't take the hint, right? So it started actually coming to pass that I realized like, dang, I actually kind of got bigger. I used to be a skinny mini 115. 120 on a good day. Got up to 170. Didn't realize, right? Because we be out here eating, living good, living life. At this point, I think it started to dawn on me like, okay, I need to start losing weight. But I really wasn't motivated. So I just started saying it like, I want to be healthy. I am healthy. I am going to go to the gym. And honestly, like I really didn't even believe myself that I was going to go to the gym. I ended up asking my neighbor, who I barely knew at that time, does she go to the gym? So I ended up going to the gym with her from like 3 to 4 days a week at 5 a.m. in the morning. Anybody who knows me knows I love my sleep. Absolutely adore it. So the fact that I was even getting up at 5 a.m. was crazy. And what's even more crazy is as months passed, I think, so I started losing weight in August. No, I started in the gym in August. I didn't start losing weight until January. The fact that I didn't see any results, I looked exactly the same for like months. And I still kept going. That was the number one key that was kind of different about me. Because I'd be like, I ain't doing this. You about to go to the gym. Gym who? Gym what? Gym where? Gym no. Husband be going to the gym. You want to go? No, I'm good. Fine being fat. Fine. I was fine in multiple ways. In my opinion. So a physical transformation started right then. 4 or 5 months into my working out journey, by the time it hit 7, 8 months, I had lost 30 pounds. That was during the school year. So then it comes to the summertime. Summertime, I'm spending time in my house. I realize how peaceful it is here. Like, absolutely just adoring and loving just being in my space with my kids. And I'm reading the Bible. During the year, I had actually stopped reading the book The Secret. One of my friends, shout out to Jay Keisha, told me, hey, read this book. I'm like, oh my gosh, The Secret. Like, I know that book. So I'm reading that book or whatever. Also, too, I was watching a lot of TED Talks about like self-improvement, um, just, stuff that works on your mind, motivates you, paying attention to what God is saying in the Bible, what God is putting in my spirit, reading the book, The Secret, and then also watching those motivational videos. Like, I was just so full. I was so full that like I was pouring out just a different frequency. That was before I went into school. Now, once school hit, people were like, wow, you seem different. Like, you seem more happy. Like, and I was like, well, I am. Like, I've been reading the Bible. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. I literally talked to everyone in the school when I came into the school. Prior to the summer, I would come in, be quiet, go to my room, do my work, leave. That was it. It was crazy because the quantum leap hit me so hard. Like the first week of school, I was fine. The second week, on the second day, I started breaking down. Like my nervous system was shot. It was terrible. I had like a breakdown. Someone came, to help me. They were like, you don't have to do this. Like, you don't have to be here. And I was like, it's okay. Like, I'm going to still go in. The rest of my day was fine. The next week, so third week, second day, I'm actually in the building this time. First time was in the parking lot. This time I'm in the building and I start breaking down again. I'm like, oh my God. Like, part of me was like so embarrassed, right? Because I feel like my past self was so stoic. But now I'm like, well, I can clearly see that my nervous system was not caught up to where I was, and being in that environment was definitely difficult because the environment hadn't changed, but I had changed so much. I felt like I definitely outgrew the environment. So I want to know, have you guys ever felt like you were getting pushed out of a space, like you kind of outgrew it? And like when you outgrew that space, what what did it feel like? And where were you getting pushed from and to? That's what I want to know. So I ended up leaving work. I have not been back since, and technically I'm still employed. However, here I am, a content creator, and I will continue to be a content creator full time. And I'm speaking things as if they are happening right now. I'm living things as if they are true right now, and things are becoming to pass right now as I speak. The only reason why I am even making this video is because things are coming to pass. When you all show interest in quantum leaping, that showed me that you all have interest in my story. And so, therefore, we are here. So, what did I learn about the process, right? So, here's what I've learned about how to quantum leap without losing yourself. Write it down: your choices, your behaviors, your goals, who you are becoming. Number 2, notice your thoughts. Be aware when your mind slips back into old patterns. That's an important one. Number 3, review your habits. Ask, is this habit from my past? Is it from my future? Act like the person that you know yourself is becoming. If that version of you is wealthy, behave with gratitude and stewardship over what you have. Act the part. Number 5, regulate your nervous system. Pray, breathe, meditate, therapy. It helps to ground yourself while your spirit is expanding, because your body needs to feel safe with your new reality. I had to realize that transformation isn't just mindset work. It's nervous system work, it's spiritual alignment, and it's unlearning fear. My body was trying to flee because it didn't recognize peace, but peace isn't danger, it's destiny. So now I'm learning to stay still when the old self tries to run. So that in here. Um and honestly, I'm still not perfect at it. I'm trying to quantum leap in a different area of my life, and which tells me that quantum leaping is not necessary. Like, you may progress in one area, but that doesn't mean that you progressed in another area. So it's like you gotta be aware of your feelings and your past thoughts, and definitely just try not to take them to the future. Try not to take them with you where you currently are, because your brain and your mind has to operate as if it's in the future. If you're in a season where everything feels unfamiliar, maybe you're quantum leaping too. And just like me, your next level might already be waiting. It's just waiting on you to decide. So start small, write down who you're becoming. I'm serious about that. Move like it's already yours and give your body permission to believe it. If this spoke to you, stay connected with me here. I've got more coming on how to balance your nervous system while you grow. Thanks for watching.